Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Detroit Lions. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Prescott now on 2nd down. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A first down carry by Elliott. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Second down, Prescott drops it underneath to Elliott. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Give him 6 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Cooper's got it. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
Here you go. Here you go, 46, 46.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering. Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. A give to Elliott. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. A nice performance last week. Recognized as NFC Player of the Week after going over 100 yards rushing. I just love the vision. I love the wiggle he has. But I also love the power when he ends his runs.
That's what impressed me. Yes, there was some elusiveness last week. A couple times he just ran over guys. First down, Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. Completes it right side to Cooper. And they'll get this down to the 10. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that would be pinpoint here.
As I was going to ask. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The first carry now, this is Johnson. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Defensively, it was Leighton Vander Esch up from his linebacker spot.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Malik Collins forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Stafford. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Now that one came close to hitting the big scoreboard up there as the fair catch is made inside the 20-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. He'll get it up the middle. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, Stafford. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion. Jesse James, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point good by Prater. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Flushed out right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Oh, boy, partner, did that just happen? I've got my hand over my eyes right now because, like him, it's going to haunt my dreams, too. He was wide open. How did he overthrow him there?
Defensively, just very lucky. You know that they got away with one there.
Hey, we got 46, 46. 46.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And that will be incomplete as well.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. They take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Now they toss out wide to Sanders. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. It's
a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 on their side of midfield.
Go to 54, go to 54. Why?
Prescott from the gun. That one complete to Elliott. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll make it 2nd down. And just on Wednesday, he was named the NFC Offensive Player of the Week for that over 100-yard performance he had last week.
Deservedly so, and I enjoyed our time with him and asked him how he got it done. What did he see? And he said film study, watching what the defenses were going to present, understanding how to defeat those. And then he was a step ahead because he said, and then they're going to change up and counter another way. And he beat them that way, too.
Prescott to throw it. And he's got Cooper on the out route. That's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 3rd catch of this 1st half for him, and this one is a 1st down. first down throw for Prescott. And this will be incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. A second down throw for Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Here we go. Line in. Here you go.
They'll throw again. Prescott eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So a favorable bounce that time, to say the least, and he's able to convert the field goal there from long distance.
Yeah, the guys behind the end zone didn't need to hike the net up for this one. That thing was a dying quail, but he finds a way to boink it off the crossbar and make it drop through.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something. And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. It's a big play there for the Lions. 41 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. C.J. Anderson in the game. He gets it here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. And that is incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. And it's 3rd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defend.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Prater on to add the extra point.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Prater for the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled. and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And on the left side, he's got Witten. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was a theme going.
A second down throw for Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Prescott on first down. Dancing to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. So a minute 56 to play in this first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, 47.
Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Devon Kennard in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Here we go, 46, 46. Switch, and
From the shotgun, it's Prescott being chased out left. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded at the 20. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 12 yards on the return that time, and the Lions will take over. And getting our first update now from Nashville. And that's now a 2-touchdown game as the Eagles have scored again. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one.
Hey, go here.
Stafford on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
So the illegal forward pass also costs them a down, and now it's 2nd and long. The shotgun snap for Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. From the gun, here's Stafford. And the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Tyrone Crawford. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now, standing just about on his own goal line. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is taken at the 18. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And out now come the Cowboys. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And this one is incomplete. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys. But be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On second down, here's Stafford. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The Lions on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw, Stafford. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
This is taken at the 23. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Line
of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go, 46. 26.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Like the footwork back there, I thought you did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Flushed out right. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
4 down. Go.
3rd and long for Prescott. Flush to his right. Oh, he's looking long for Witten. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. He's at the 50, the 40, past the 20, 10. Johnson's touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, 96 yards. And the Lions add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what. Well, his first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Here go 46. 26.
On second down, Prescott again. Steps away to his left. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Single, slot. Here go 47. 26.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Gun. 26.
They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott, eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
He had no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Here we go 46.
Prescott now on 2nd down. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining.
46. Here we go 46. 26.
Now Prescott. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Now, in their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. After the interception, here's Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
But has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. Got his man complete over the middle. It's James. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Stafford. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They snap it to Stafford. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11. Stafford now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter. Looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
Back to the ground. This time it's Anderson. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. On second down, Anderson. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try the air now with Stafford. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Jesse James with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Christian Jones, the one who picked it. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And their lead will swell up to 28. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Cowboys. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Here we go, 46. Watch the egg. Gun. 26.
Prescott from the gun. And now he'll let this one go deep. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing it. Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty's not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Following the penalty, Anderson. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
22. Monday. Hey, I need one. Hey, 54.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Flushed out right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football. Incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of it.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Here's Prescott. Flush to his right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. The Cowboys on third down. Just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is third down and 12. To throw is Prescott. He can run for it, and he will. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Detroit, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they're going to fall to 3-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.